J Cactus.
Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to another stream. Who we got so far? SVM, what's good? Asphalt, Gang Decides, Innotech, Just Living, Carl Dubcats. What you saying, everyone? Where's everyone watching from today? From India. Announced at 1 minute past 3. Alright, good looking out, man. I will check. Is the new plugin a multi-key? Multi-key? Nah, it's an effect plugin. So it's built to... I could show it you soon. But I built Layerizer to add... I wanted something that would instantly add texture to your melodies. Sometimes you're cooking up a melody and you just feel like it's missing something. Maybe you can hear it in your head, but you can't create it. But now Layerizer lets you create it. You can run a melody through it. You either use some of the presets or just play around with some of the settings. And then you can create this like high-end textured layer without having to think of another melody, because it has like unique processors that will just flip your melody in various ways, and then you can spit it back out. So then you have your original melody, then you've got this high-end textured layer you can play around with. To be honest, it was a process that I was trying to do a lot. If you watch my tutorials, I'll usually make a melody, then I end up rendering it. I pitch it up a couple octaves, and then I'm running it through loads of different plugins to try and like create some texture. So now this just lets you do it in one go, basically. Oh man, I didn't actually turn the stream delay off. Can you do that whilst it's streaming? Let me see. Let me go. If I go to settings, stream. Actually, I don't think it's going to let me change. I can't move around in the settings whilst I'm live. So I think I had to do it. I completely forgot, to be honest. Yeah, I'll get it fixed for the next one. Yeah, I know. The delay's not the best. I'll try and sort it though. What's good, John? NBA Youngboy type beat. Yeah, I'm probably due one on the channel. Who's got the coffees ready? I've been up early today, man. I had a shit night's sleep last night. And then I was up like before 6. So, to be honest, I'm pretty tired right now. I always get pretty tired on a Friday around this time. Because it's just been a long week. And then Fridays are usually pretty busy because I had a call first thing this morning, then the podcast that was going on for like 90 minutes. And then working on the kit, and then straight here. Oh yeah, RA, my bad. Yeah, because you usually chat from the RA account, right? Tay, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, the hair's still growing, man. It's a mess right now. I had to put the hat on. I don't know how long to grow it. Like from the side, it's looking pretty crazy. I can almost like put it straight back. But it's not long enough everywhere else. So I'm hating it, to be honest. But we'll get there. I'm probably going to grow it to the point where I could sweep it back and then decide that I don't like it and then just shave it off again. Vancouver. Man, I'd love to get to Vancouver at some point. I'm not sure when. I was born in Toronto, wasn't I? So every time I go to Canada, I usually go to Toronto just to see family and everything. But I'd love to see Vancouver as well. Yeah, crazy, isn't it? Well, I don't even know what I want it to look like. I was just testing it to see what it would look like. Give me some inspiration. How should I style it? It's almost 10 past 4 p.m. Yeah, maybe slip back. But because my hair naturally grows straight forward, it will go back if I push it to the side like that. But then this side doesn't know what to do. But maybe when it's a bit longer, everything will fall back. We'll see. I feel like it's like a 9 to 5 look. You know what I'm saying? Like when I have long hair, I feel more corporate. And then I'm here making dark drill beats and shit. Peaky Blinders style. Yeah, that could be the one. Keep getting the little tapers on the back and sides. Has everyone been sending loops as well? It was from... Oh wait, I'm in the wrong channel. Loops and kits. Who was first today? So yeah, I sent it at like 3, so 72 miles was first. So we'll check those out. I feel like this last bit of illness is just not leaving me, or I keep on having to clear my throat. I can't be getting a perm. I actually got one when I was like 19 or something. It looked terrible. I'm not keen on mullets either. Some people suit them, but definitely not for me. What should we cook up today as well? And what have you guys been cooking up? Sometimes I feel like I never know what I want to make. Like I open FL and I'm like, I have no idea what I want to make right now. Because when I was just doing everything, not everything drill, but when most of the time I was making drill, it was just, all right, let's open up FL. I've got some drill loops to make for a kit. I need to make a drill tutorial. So everything was kind of similar, but now it's some kind of different each time. Just some hood trap, some jerk. I rarely make just standard drill beats anymore, although I have been making some for a kit I'm working on. Yeah, I feel like everyone right now is making different stuff. Like there isn't a style that's just been sticking for people. Especially everyone who was cooking up drill before. Everyone's moving to other stuff. I see some people going to like hood trap, jerk, and then other things might be. I've seen people go full different direction. Like Ocean went to more EDM. I've seen people go R&B from there. Yeah, thank you, man. So this room, it looked nothing like this before. This was a living room when I moved into this house. But I was like, I need this room for the lab. So that picture behind me, man, I bought the printout from some artist in Switzerland, I think. And then I just thought I'd be able to buy a frame that size, but it turns out when you want a frame that size, especially for like the type it is, like that patterned gold style, I ended up having to get like a custom made frame that cost more than twice the amount I paid for the picture. But I feel like it ties everything together. I just want to do something with the middle section. There's an electric fire behind me that was already on the wall, but I feel like that space is pretty big. We could put something good in there. Let me get into some loops as well. And I keep saying that I'll sort the screen out in front of me so I can quickly swap between scenes and get the soundboard, but I keep forgetting to do it. And then Friday comes around, I'm like, shit, we need to stream today. Alright, so I sent the link at like 3. So let's just go from here. Let me know if there's any issues with the audio. You should be able to hear that. Like usual, man, we'll just go with whatever jumps out. As soon as I hear something that inspires me, let's just go. These are cool, but I feel like I always like loops that when I hear them, it doesn't sound like they're straight from the VST. Some of these are cool though, like the melodies themselves. I love using that progression. You guys can hear this, yeah? Audio's cool. Alright. I'll keep checking up on the chat as well. It's like that new jazz. I made one of those beats in a long time. Probably forgot to make them. That guitar's pretty cool. That one's pretty hard. That lead's from co-producer, isn't it? I've used that same lead. I'm just gonna go through them pretty quickly because there's a lot. That's pretty hard. You guys liking any so far? The flute one, yeah? This one. This could be the one. I've got a little idea for this one. I think I want a switch up because I'm hearing like normal trap kind of pattern, but I'm also hearing something else. It's the wrong one. My bad. Where is it? This one. This the one, yeah? I'll check the audio in a second. It might get louder when it's in FL. Should we try and do the stems quick first? Where does that come in? There. Alright, we can start with these anyway. Figure out the arrangement after. How does my vocal sound? What, you can't hear the audio? Let me see. That's why. Should be able to hear it now. We all good now, yeah? Yeah, it should be back on now. You got it, yeah? Alright. Too loud, though. I'll turn this down a bit. Let me know if that gets better. want to start with a different bounce and then go into like a normal trap section, I think. Maybe we could do a bit of a drill bounce, but not too drilly. Need one more. Just have three that sort of complement each other. I was saying let's not make it too drilly, but this is just the pure drill counter step pattern. It's been a while though. Why not? You know, it's a little cheat code. So I've been using this Novation FL key that I've had for a while. Sometimes I swap them out, so I use the Arturia one for a bit, and then I've been using this FL keys recently. You can't see what I'm pressing, but on the keyboard you can press scale and then select the key that you're working in, and then any note that you hit on the keyboard will just all be in the scale. So say for example you wanted to just test out some 808s. You can actually do it in FL as well, actually, even if you don't have the Novation one. If you go to, what is it? Is it View, Scale Highlighting, and then snap incoming MIDI to whatever your keyboard is. Then it's like whatever keys you use will just all be in that scale. It's kind of sick for when you're just like practicing with like 808 patterns or melodies or anything like that. So I can hit on here, I can go shift scale, and then I think we're working in D sharp minor. So now anything I use should be in D sharp. Let me see. Yeah, like I'm pressing E on the keyboard, but it's going to F in the scale. It's just kind of handy if you don't know the scale properly. It's like that, isn't it? We've got cut itself on. So now it's like you can just come up with quick patterns. Right, let's make the first bit simpler. Something along those lines anyway. Is that top one in? Or maybe that's the flute one. Yeah, it's just like the sort of like the 1/5 percussion. Let me just boost that a bit. Yo, what's good, everyone? I keep trying to check up on the chat. Yeah, this looks fire, man. What was it doing? EQ boost. Maybe we could add a second one. It's not F, is it? My ear's tripping again. Just sounds weird lower for some reason. do we need? Some perks. Need one for the start, I think. Kind of loop, I like the loop just like this as well. Unless I can find a simpler one as well. I need something here. Yeah, maybe a cleaner open hat, you know. What does it need now? Maybe just some effects, like let's go planet drill again. Just missing a bit of atmosphere. I made a drill bounce like this in a while, you know. Let's go effects. different type of fill at the end. Maybe just like even the old gunshot, you know. I got tired of using it, but it might work for this. This might be it for this one. Like for this section anyway. Maybe just a real simple one. I can't help it, man. Maybe just at the end of the 16 though, so it's not too much. And then we've got to get the camera flashing. Section with just those two. Maybe at one point we could swap out the spins for just like a standard drill 808. What about the old backward one? Just the original. Let's see. I didn't expect to be making some drill style beat today. Let's try this. Try to record something in. And then we can get a kick in as well. Let's do that again. That ending. I think we could do something better. Maybe we'll manually do the end. Yeah, more like that. What about this for the second part? Let me hear what it sounds like with the flute. So we've got a few different parts. Let's just see how it transitions. And let's just give it a quick mix as well. We'll see if it sounds good with both of them anyway. What do I need? Copy this. I think it needs some reverb on the fill as well. There's something there. Where's that snuff gone? Let me change that sound for something. In on this one. What sounds good for you? Yeah, that needs to change there. Maybe we could just add some delay to that. It just sounds like it's cutting a bit short. And then we'll move on to the next one. Snug. Almost there. maybe some just, yeah, maybe like this. Need something at the beginning. Some filter. Or what if we did, someone said reverb in the intro, right? You meant with drums. We could try that. Let's see. Maybe we could just bring a few of the counter snares back. Fade it out. Could maybe try a filter as well. Yeah, maybe more like that. Just fade this back in. Just make these unique. Might just leave that out. And then back to this. I think that's it for this one. did say I was going to add a transition, right? Breaks in the intro. Trouble making unique melodies. Yeah, that's always tough trying to find a balance. Best thing to do is just drop an acapella in there. If you struggle and you don't really know when to finish the beat, just take an acapella from a track with a similar BPM and then just see how it sounds. If it sounds like there's too much going on, you might find that you need to take something out, like maybe the flute in one part. If you've got some strings, maybe those, because they can clash with vocals a lot. Anything like flutes and violins and things like that can take up similar frequency ranges, so they can clash. And obviously if you're using things like vocal phrases too. So just drop the acapella in and see. I just wanted one last thing, little transition. This is like the signature J Catchus transition. Even leave these out now that we're talking about saving space, because this is the verse. I moved that or something. Oh yeah. Alright, this one's done. Let's move on. Yeah, then I can just cut there. Alright, let me swap this back over for a second. You know what, I might as well export it now. Otherwise I'll just forget. Did you send your tag as well? Let me just add mine. KY Triple X, what you say, man? Appreciate that, man. It's been a little while since we did a simple drill beat like that. Just try not to overdo it with like too many counter snares or anything, but I feel like it fits that vibe. Who could you hear on that? What else we got? Yeah, I could hear Nems on that as well. Even Sench. Yeah, the streams always stay up, bro. So if you want to watch it back, it'll always be there. We don't do happy around here. Yeah, that was kind of soft, that one. Could make some dark shit as well, though. We are but just sad guys. It's okay to cry if everyone wants to have a cry. We're in this together. Central C and J. Cole. I forgot they actually had a collab a while back, didn't they? No worries, man. Let me export it. In fact, I'll do it later. I will actually export it. The arrangement's done and everything. I just want to triple check all the mix and stuff because I didn't really balance things out properly then. But I'll do that soon. Just so we can start something fresh. You're changing the name of your instruments. Hold shift and left click. I'll bring up rename. In the instruments. Shift and left click. Oh shit. Okay. Appreciate that. That's a little time saver. Learn something new every day. Shortcuts are so key, man. I remember when I was trying to speed up my workflow, I just spent some time just looking into all the shortcuts. And I think I made a video. I made a video with like 50 FL shortcuts, and that was just me learning them and then teaching them so that I could remember them. But since that, it just made my workflow so much faster. Mixing on kicks, not much, you know. Sometimes I'll sidechain it to the 808 depending on the sound. But nah, nothing much. Sometimes with kicks I might just change the pitch of it or reverse the polarity. But other than that, I'm not pulling up EQs or anything on a kick. Because they're digital, they've been mixed, like pre-mixed anyway. When I'm designing kicks, that's a different story. I might add things like compression, EQs, soft clippers, saturation, distortion, like whatever will make it sound good. Let's see what's next. We said we didn't want emotional next, right? Fuck KY, I was gonna check yours, wasn't I? Shit, there's actually a lot of loops. Could make some hard shit with this. Just make some hard trap shit. These are hard. I think I want to use that second one. Should we not overthink it? Which one do I prefer out of these? I think this one. What we're saying, chat, should we use this Havoc one? This one or the first one? Yeah, I think that... I don't know though, because this one was hard as well. Try doing both, if anything. Alright, we do the stems quick. Am I cutting some out here? Nah. Bro, how do you add so many layers but still not make it sound like it's too much? Like listening to that loop, wouldn't have guessed you had 39 layers. Is there another bass layer? Oh yeah. I'm gonna add those back in soon. I just wanna try a pattern that's in the head. This one sounds weird by itself, but sometimes it works. Try to record something again. Let me turn that scale thing off. I have changed it up over now. Yeah. Let me make sure I'm up to date with the chat. Yeah, I hear ya. It sounds sick though. But you do it well because there's like so many layers, but nothing's clashing. Everything's just got its own space. Like, it doesn't sound like too much either. I might change the sound after, but let's try to record something. Change the end. snare's better? You think the second snare or the first one? All I do is switch it up, like after 8 bars. So could do a second pattern where things slow down a bit, but the speed's going crazy. Made it for hood trap. Yeah, I felt like, I don't know, sometimes I just make whatever comes to my mind. This is sounding kind of high like this. Try moving. Try the first one moving one note down. What? The snare. What if we did, let me just try something. Don't need this one, but what if we just used that second half? can't decide on this now. Both would work. And then what could we do after this? Something simple. Yeah, maybe we slow down the 8-way a little bit here. Let me just try. how this sounds. We need to move this back. It's a little bit of an experimental one, you know. Use a shorter 808, use the tight snare with that, the other snare with the long one. Oh, okay, I get you. So like, in this section, use the other snare, yeah? Maybe just have one more section, just like a bit of a bridge. I might not even need a bridge actually. Because it's these two basses as well. That's kind of similar to the short one. It might work just for a little breakdown. We're hearing some type of snare roll as well, you know, just because it's high energy. Could even drop it down an octave or something. Anything else? kind of hard. Feel like that. Let me just try something with this, just in this one section. Sounded crazy though. Looks like a D. I was just, you know what, I barely even used this, but I needed to keep it in there. It was just the shape of it. When I made the 808 and exported it, I was like, actually, like there's no need for that little tail at the end. Alright, is this beat done? What were you saying about the second snare? I've lost track with which snare is which now. The beef snare is this one. And then just call this snare 3. So which one you saying you weren't feeling? Did it need a snare roll? Maybe. Might be the finishing touch. I think this is done now, yeah. I think though, as it is, it loops round to the same octave. Maybe in a bridge, the higher octave, I'll make it drop. Oh, you're saying? Oh, I see what you mean, like in this part. Are you saying put that part at the lower octave? Unless we just carry this octave on. Nah, but then it's the same for like that whole length. What are we doing for the intro as well? Maybe we have something similar to this actually. Makes sense if we got a bridge there. This one here. Yeah, I know what you mean. What does it sound like an octave down? We could try that. Is that too low? Could work. Just needs something in it though, doesn't it? And then maybe right before the drop we can just turn this off. Trans. Done that. Oh, it needs to come off there. Yeah. Saying on that could be the one. I can fully hear that in the Corsa. What do we need now? This might be done now. It's all pretty fast paced, so that nice little break kind of switches things up. I swear I was going to add something else though. Might be too much, because Layerizer is usually for adding like high-end layers, but maybe we could do something just to make it sound a bit different. Yeah, we don't need to pitch it up. I'm just hearing some like grains or something. See, when I made this, it's usually for adding those extra like high-end layers in. But if we're trying to keep it an octave down, it might not be needed. Gives it a little bit of texture though. Alright, yeah, we've heard this beat enough now. One last listen. This one's sounding hard, you know. I haven't got the exact release date, but thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'll show you how it actually works. Let me go back to this. It's usually like something like this probably wouldn't need it because there's so many layers. But the idea was, let's say you're making a melody. Maybe you've got a piano, you've layered it with something. Maybe you've got a counter melody. And then you just feel like it's missing something, like missing some high end or missing some texture. That's what I made it for. So for example, let me do it in a new pattern or a new arrangement. Just for anyone that didn't see it. Basically, let's say you've got a melody like this. What I made this for was to like pitch it up an octave, time stretch it, maybe add some grains, and just really start to manipulate the melody. And then you can filter it at the bottom. And then you'd have this like nasty sounding like high end texture, which you could then render out and act as a separate layer. So I'll keep listening to this. Wait, let me get the grains going. So then you could have some weird like high-end layer, and all of a sudden you've just got another like dimension to the melody. Let me show you on like a loop. In fact, I'll do it in a separate project, just so I don't change the BPM. I'll bounce that beat as well. Just try it on a random one. It could work on a piano. Like it's gonna intentionally like fuck up the melody. Maybe we could change this. And then let's say you get some texture out of it that you like. What I usually like to do is just bounce that. And then you'd have that as a separate layer. So then you've got your normal piano. And then you can fuck around with this one as well. You know what I'm saying? Compared to like just that. And then you could do something like this. Just to create some cool texture. So yeah, man, I've been dying to release this because it's literally taken, even though it looks simple, it's taken like 9 months to develop, just because every time it was sent back, something wasn't sounding right. Like the grains weren't in time, or the storm knob wasn't right. And then at the end I was like, we need a filter as well. So we kept on adding things. And then I was like, we need presets. So then now we can start creating presets and import a bank and everything. But it's cool, man. I like using this. It's just one of those things, like if you heard this, you'd be like, what the fuck is that? And then maybe you could take it a step further and start like, I don't know, manipulating it even further. But that was the idea anyway. We go back to full cam. But yeah, appreciate that, man. I'm not sure the exact date yet, because I just wanted to make one more change to the plugin, which it's like ready now. There's just tiny bit of fine tuning, but it should be ready like within a couple of days. But I need to plan content and everything. Tried it on bongos. Nah, I haven't, you know. You know what though? I was using it on vocals, because usually when I add things like vocal phrases, I'm always like filtering them, adding reverb, like just messing with them a bit. Cracked on Reddit. It's not even out. But yeah, man, we'll be looking out for cracks. Nah, they're not, man. You know, because you made your own plugin, didn't you? Because that would be long. Because he built that from scratch as well, just like coded it from nothing. So it was long. I wonder what it sounds like on a drum loop. Should we test it? Who knows? Like a percussion loop or a full drum loop. Let's try it on perks. Could be sick. Maybe just something that's not like fully processed already. Let's just try something like this. Maybe if we like octave and time stretch it. Yeah, that could be kind of sick, you know. You could get some cool texture out of it. Under a beat, that could sound sick. You never know. Sounded weird, but you could make some cool texture out of it. I never even thought to test it on a perc loop. Yeah, so when you increase this, it starts like reversing some of the grains and manually panning them. Or auto panning them. But yeah. Let me know what you guys think as well. Like, is there anything that... Like, I think it does the job. I couldn't think of anything else that it needed. I didn't want to create something that was too complex. Like, there's some plugins that just have like so many different settings and things to tweak. I didn't want to create something like that. I just wanted it simple so you could create a melody, run it through it, spit it back out, and not really overthink it. Because certain plugins, people will get them and they just use the presets and don't really know what they do or how they work. Let me catch up. The link's expired. In the description, has it? Still working for me. Are you sure? Or is it that you just haven't assigned your role yet? Yeah, there's going to be loads of presets. So there'll be one, there's one that I'm saving as cactus texture, which will just be the main one. So whenever you just need quick texture, you just run it through that. Scripting piano roll stuff. Yeah, that'd be cool, man. I'd love to check it out. I know KY is into that as well. I haven't set the price yet, but it's going to be, to be honest, it's going to be cheap. Like, plugins are expensive to create, so it's quite a risk. When you get something coded like that from scratch, it's insane. But it's going to be cheap. Put it that way. Yeah, exactly. Alright, that was the idea. And there's certain things like the grains, they're kind of hard to get in anything. Like, you can't really get those grains with like stock plugins or anything like that. So the whole combination in one works pretty well. To be honest, it was a process that I was using a lot myself, like trying to create those textures. Whenever I made melodies, I'd be pulling up so many different plugins and like pitching it and doing everything to try and create some texture. But then I was like, man, I need to, if I just had something that would do it for me just to save time. That's what gave me the idea, really. Anything that simplifies a process or speeds up your workflow. It should be working. I just clicked on it. It doesn't say it's expired. Has anyone else had a problem with it? I'll send a new one in the chat though. Every time I create one, I never set a time limit on it. But I'll send a new one in the chat. It might just be that you haven't selected your roles and then reacted to the rules and everything. If you can see it in there and you can see rules and info on the left and then verify, you just need to react to those and then select your role, and then you'll be able to see all the other rooms then. I need to bounce soon, but I'm wondering if we could just get a quick idea down. If I find something that catches me, let's see. Where was I before? We go back up. Appreciate you guys sending all these loops as well. This was like, I think we heard these, didn't we? Well, within an hour, loads of people were sending stuff. Let me ask you guys this: what type of beats do you like? Do you listen to type beat channels on YouTube? Or is there a certain style that everyone likes? Everyone's got their own taste, don't they? Because sometimes I just feel like cooking up something simple, and then when I'm making something simple in my head, I'm like, this is too simple. I need some hard, crazy shit. But what is everyone listening to these days? Wifey Rhythm from Jamaica who said that. I'm thinking of the original like wifey rhythms like from the grime days. Loops are getting better, Ari. You always had a bit of guitar as well, don't you? You sounded nice, man. I don't know what I want to do for the last one. Ideally something simple, cause I gotta run soon. Maybe some quick like jerk or hood trap or something. Oh no, I'm just waiting for something to hit me. Some of those were actually hard. This is kind of hard. But I want to do something a bit different to the last one. Was it the last stream where we did some like glow beat? What have we done today? We've done drilled and we've done trap, so maybe we need something else. What if we did some Detroit or something? We could turn this into Detroit. There must have been something in one of these. Chow, which one's the one? I could easily cook up with this one as well. But I'm just hearing like trap drums on it. Like glow style. Anything you're hearing so far? West Coast could be a shout. Are there any loops for that though? If I'm going West Coast, I think I want dark. Yeah, I want to go dark vibes, I think. Who else has got some in there? Did someone send some West Coast shit? Where's who was I looking for? Man, there's actually so many in here. Oh, there's some jerk here. Any of these you like feeling? Yeah, I was thinking some like jerk underground stuff. This one could work. Let's just use this. We'll be here all day if not. 182. I'll fix that clicking soon. Just need to fade them a bit. have got the camera facing me, haven't I? Yeah. I feel like I need to app or something. It's missing something. too much. Take 8 off bar 3 and 7. Like that. That could work as well. And then just have this one more intense. Maybe a little slide here. Might just layer a clap with something. Maybe just every other one. Or another clap. Just the last one. Think as well. Is that open hat too much? Maybe just out of this one. And then just have it like this. Just to save more space in that first half. The other thing I wanted to add was maybe like some type of breath box. That one sounds alright. Might not even need anything else, you know. Like, these beats don't really need much more than that. I never need that many breaths. Actually, I kind of like them. I think it only needs that, you know. Oh, there was already a breath in there. Could have just used that one. Should we start with an 808? Maybe just like that. These beats, I feel like they don't have any proper structure. Like there's no like bridge or like breakdown or anything. But maybe we could do something like this. So there's two sections. Yeah, I hear what you mean with the faster hats. That could work. And also, I like to add these rolls as well. But sometimes it's too much. Like that's not really needed. Don't always need them in these beats, but sometimes the fills can be sick too. We'll test one anyway. Wait, how did I have that fill a second ago? Nah, it's not needed there. Yeah, output would have been good. Maybe in this part we could add an app. Let's I'm too lazy to make one because I'm gonna run in like 4 minutes or something. But I'm wondering if we could just find a little app in here. What are we in C#? That was not bad. I had a faster one in my head though, to be honest. I was thinking like a fast one kind of falling down, so I'll look for something else as well. But I kind of like that. Maybe in this section, a bit of a faster one. Just want like a fast one. If I can find the right sound in Analog Lab, I'll just add one. I'm just hearing it kind of like falling down. Hard to explain, but you'll see what I mean. Maybe if I just add it in this. I'll add it in this one and then we'll find a different preset. Yeah, the first art works, doesn't it? But I'm just going to try a second one for this second section. Can't really hear it. Nah, not this one. Unless I just do it fast, like a simple one. That could work. Again, it's not the one I had in my head, but... Let's see. Right, that kind of works. Is that the one? Can't really hear it when it's down. Maybe you could do some reverb though. Yeah, I think that's all it needs now. The app in my head was, I can't think what track it's on, but it's kind of just falling down, but it wasn't sounding the way it was sounding in my head. But I like these two. Should I have one last listen to this? Yeah, I don't think it needs anything else. That might be it for that one. Appreciate it, boys. I like this one. Preset, which one? Yeah, to be honest, I haven't even mixed that yet. Like, nothing's even sent to inserts. I just wanted to get that last idea down. Who sent that loop? Did you add the tag? Is it crypto? I think it was, wasn't it? Or was your tag in? I think your tag was in the actual loop, wasn't it? So I'll get that saved. I don't need that fill. I'm gonna keep that out. But yeah, we could probably wrap up there. Been going a while. Yeah, appreciate the loops, crypto, and everyone else that sent them. Sorry if I didn't use like anyone's. It's just one of those, man. Like another day, one of them might have inspired me. It's just when I'm cooking up, it's just whichever one's just speaking to me in that moment. Yeah, this genre is supposed to be like mad clipped and distorted. But yeah, we've got through 3 beats. 2.5 hours, so that's not bad. I like all the beats we made today as well. 3 different styles. We did drill for the first one, some hard trap for the second, and then some SD kid for the third. So we got a good mix in there. Emails loops for jcactus, like number 4 jcactus@gmail.com, or just drop them in the Discord. That's when most people have been sending them. But yeah, I'm gonna end it there, everyone. We've gone through quite a bit, and I have got to run. So same time again next Friday. I keep saying we'll do a beat review session as well, so maybe that could be the next one. So yeah, appreciate you guys for watching this one, and especially everyone that's been with me since the start of the stream, because it's been like 2.5 hours. So same time again next Friday. But in the meantime, feel free to send some loops. The waitlist for Layerizer is out now as well, so the link's in the description. Haven't got a date yet for the actual launch, but it's going to be very soon. So yeah, make sure you're on that waitlist if you want the bonuses and the discount and everything. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Have a sick weekend. I'll catch you on next week.